Hello and welcome back to my videos. In this video I want to speak about how I can work with databases queries and seeding data in Laravel in the PHP. That's what we're going to do, and I will learn you how you can update a post. You can see we have a post here. I will show you how we can take a single post out from the Laravel ORM data constructor, and then I will show how we can delete the post again. And that's what we're going to learn today, and I really hope you want to stay with me. And I will, in the end of this video, I will show how you can pre-create the data when you install the software, or you just use it for a test or something like that. It's called exceeding data, and that's what we want to learn. And I really hope you stay here, and I really hope you want to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the thing in the right corner below. If you have any questions, please make the comments below. And that's it, and let's get into code, and let's jump into the editor. The first thing we're going to do now is creating a link around this one. So we have A here. I'll just do this, and then we need the route link here, and say this one. And what we're going to do is before we can work with this data, we need to go inside and visit a single post. So that's what we're going to do by creating the link here and say view post. And to viewing the post, we need to sending the param inside, so we know which post we are working with and we want to view. And that's what we're going to do here. When we have done this, we need to go back for the web file here, and I'll just minimize this one. We don't need this, and I need to create one here and say view post post ID. That's what we're going to do here, ID, and we create a function called view, and the name should be view post. Going inside to the class here, I'll just click a little bit away. That's not what I expect, so I just open the controller up here and post controller. Inside here we can just copy this line here and call this for get view, and then we know we have the ID inside. Remove the page here, and the page should be gone, and we just say where we say the post up here, and say post is equal to find where ID is equal to the ID here, and then we need the first. And then of course we need to say the post title here, and I think that's what we're gonna do for now. And of course we need to change the blade plate file, and then we just going inside. Let's going down here to the blade files. You can just copy this one and call it post view. You will remove everything down here, so we have a clean page, and the only thing we need to go down inside here is the post content here, and then we need to small here, created by post name at, then we need the time here, post created at. Then we should good to go. So let's go for the browser here and see about this working. Going inside here, now we can see something it's not correct. It's because when you've forgotten to change to add the blade here, it doesn't know it should compile like a blade engine. So if I reload it again, everything should be fine. We have the test 1 2 3 4. This is the content and created by the name is test. My name is test and it's doing this time. Going back for the post overview, and we can try this again, test the post, and it's working exactly how we want. Now it's time to create the edit link. So let's go back for the editor again. We are inside here and going down here and say aref and edit. Not big words, just edit. And what we're gonna do here, it's sending for the edit page, and we need to use the route and edit post, and we need it again one more time and say what is the ID of the post we want to edit. That should be the post ID, so we don't edit anything else. Then we're going back for the web file here, so we can add the root. That's not the main. Create post should go on. Post control. We need this too, and we need this. Away with this, and here we go. Let's copy this one and call it edit, and we can just say this one and call it edit. We need to go in for the post controller file again. Let's copy this one and call it edit, and post edit, and I almost think that's what we're gonna do. The only difference should be edit here, and else we have the right data. And now we need to go down for the blade and say blade view. We just need to copy that and call it edit, and inside the edit we want the create post. So what we're gonna do is copy the data from the create post into the edit post, and update post, and we can just say the value should be the post title, and we can just cut this down for the name too, and you can copy this side inside the content. So let's see about how this is working in the browser before we continue. Reload it and going for the editor. Now we are ready. I can just see we have it's not here, it's the post control edit. Here we go. Here. So now we are ready to click on the update post here, and there's nothing happening right now, so we're just going back and say create post. We just say edit, edit post edit. Just a second, we need to post it back for this one, and when we click it up here we need a post one, so just copy this one. I think we just need to copy this one and post edit post. Let's going back for the post controller and copy this one, and we are ready to create that too inside. The only thing we need to do now is just going up here and say where this ID is equal to update, and then we could put the title and name and the content inside, and that's what we're going to do now. Say title, it's equal to request input title, and then we copy it 3 times. We say the name, and we say the content, and do it on the left side too. And when we are done with that, we need to push it back for the post, so we can see the change. So that's what we're going to do now. Redirect, and the redirect should be route view post, and we will send it with the ID. With the ID, we know we don't need anything else. We can just say the ID and then just close it. Let's go back to the browser and see about how it's working. Let's reload it, and something here it's wrong. Yeah, I think we need the params for that. Yeah, if we're going back for the browser here and going for the edit here, and this is what we need, because when you click save, we don't know where the request should be sending to. So let's reload again and see what happened. Yeah, and we can just say 1, 2, and 3 here and save it and see what happened. We have the problem, so I think I'll go back for the editor and see what happening here, because I need to say the where, and in the where we just need this one. I'm a little confusing right now, and see what happened, and we're working with it again. Everything here it's working, and that's so cool. So long, so good. So let's go back now. It will be nice if we could delete this post, because we don't need it anymore, so just delete it. And that's what I got to learn you now. So let's go back for the editor and prepare the delete statement. Like the other one, we need to go in for the close this one down, the post view, and we can just copy this one and call it delete. I don't need this anymore. Delete, and say delete post, and that's the only thing we need. Let's go in for the web here, and we can just say this one delete, and this is the name. Delete. We don't need post. Post we only use when we want to tell about this is the post request. Just for now, and I know this is the little bit hacky way, but it's working, so that's fine. Let's go into the delete, and then we're going to say the where and update. The only different here will be delete, and the root will going back for the view post, so we need to go for the post. That's it. Now the delete should be working, so let's go inside and test what happened. Test my post, and we're sending back because it's a post request, and I need to get request here and trying to reload, and then we are going here, and the ID it's not correct, so that's going inside here and remove this one. Let's delete one more. I'll just delete number 1 here, so you can see the IDs here. It's the ID from the database of 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, and that's it's working now when we're going to delete. The other thing could be nice if we are sorting the way by when we click a new post, then we don't need to the last page to see the newest post. It could be nice if the number 7 is the first one. So I think you need to learn about the sorting. We can go down here, and it's pretty easy. just say order by, and then created at, and just say decentral, and then you just say git. So simple it is to working with the order by. Let's going back to prove that, and you can see number 7 now it's working perfectly. Now we are coming to the nice step where I will show how I can working with the seeding data, and how I can prefetch the database when you're refreshing the migration and testing everything is working as it should be. So that's what we're gonna do now. So let's go back for the editor one more time, and then we closing the files down here and close the resources, and going up to the database folder and open the seeders and minimize this one, and that's the only thing we need to work with right now. Let's going back for the terminal. We need to clean up here, and we have it here. When we need to work with seeders, we can make a seed, and in this case I will call this post table seeder, but you can do whatever you want. You can call it hello world. It's up to you. It's just a name you can call later. Then I press enter, and what you can see now, we get the post table seeder, and it's basically empty, and it's just contain a run command, and that's the only thing we need, because you can create this class as you want, and you can build it, extend it with more complex code if you want, but in our case we will just keep it pretty simple. So make a post and call it new post app, and then we need the models, and we need the post. That's what we're gonna do now. And inside the post we need the title. Let's call it my first seed title, and the name we can call test seed name, and we need the content, and this is the first content from a seed to go into the database. That's it, and close it here and say post, save, and then we are good to go. But it's not working like magic. You need to tell something about what should happen. So for this we have the database seeder here, and just remove this one, or you can just leave it, it's fine. And you can just say this call, and what we're gonna do now, it's called the post table seeder, and then the class, and that's it, nothing else. And so simple. When we make an migration where we call the seed, it will be triggered, and if we create the migration refresh, it will be created too, and yeah. So let's run it, going for this one, and let's run the seed, say db seed, so simple it is, and then you will see it's creating the seed. From going back for the website and reload, you can see this is the first seed, and we are always happy because now we have data to test with. We don't need to create everything every time we are working with the data. And of course we can use the migration too. So if you say migrate, refresh, and you need to type the seed, then you have everything you want. And we have recreate everything, and if I'm reloading, it should only be one, and it's only have been one. Like me, if you have a website where you need to check like pagination and something like that, then you need a lot of content to test with. For that, I can show you the way when you use the for loop. So going back for the post table seeder, and below here you can just say for x is equal to 1 and x is should be continue until it's lower or equal to 25. Higher than, lower than equal to 25, and then we just say x plus plus. And inside here, I would just say this one, seed title x, and for loop seeder. Just call it seeder for loop. And this content coming from for loop where x is equal to, and then we say x here. And if you're going back for the terminal here and say the great refresh, then you will see when I'm reloading up here, this my first seed should be the last one, so it should be the 26, and then we need to add the 25 entries on the hood. You can see my first seed 1, 2, 3, and that's everything here. It's running cool, but it's taking so a few seconds. Then the ID here is not correct. So if you want to work with the other bar in the other one, like where we have it in the app and the controllers, we have it here, we have the other bar, then we can just say this one and say create it, and then the ID if we have two ones, and then it should be the 26 here and the number 1. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost sure. Let's test it out here on the fly. You can see about this is working. I think that's working to sort more. Nope, it's not. So let's just keep it in the other way. I will probably find more data to use later, but that's how this videos end. Thank you so much, and hope to see you next time. And I really appreciate you to learning with me, and I really appreciate to learn you. And I really hope you want to sending the comment in, and if you have any questions. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You can hit the thing below in the right corner, and then you will subscribe to my channel and get videos when I learn something new and I want to share it out with people. Thank you so much, and hope to see you next time. Bye.